All right, welcome to Tenet, sub-series Tech Culture with our partners, Better Culture. Thank you for being here. I'm Shonna Dorsey with the Nebraska Tech Collaborative, serving as its executive director. And today I'm here with
I'm Kevin Hensel, senior consultant with Better Culture.
excellent. So, in this series, we're going over the 20 tenets of Better Culture. We are now on Tenet 15, and that tenet is
That tenant is friends.
yes. Okay.
Yes,
So we all know what friends are. We have friends in our personal lives for sure. Many of us. Tell us how this applies to work.
absolutely.
Okay.
So there has been a broad array of research done about having friends in the workplace and,
Hmm.
and how important it is, right? Certainly, I would think most of us, especially in our personal lives, our friends bring us enjoyment. So having friends in the workplace hopefully increases that enjoyment. Someone that you're looking forward to and enjoying spending time with,
Hmm.
right? What has been found is that having friends in the workplace allows you an opportunity for a little bit of psychological safety, if you will, which is a little kind of a buzzword right now.
Hmm.
And really, what we mean by that, of the importance of having friends in the workplace, is you've got someone who's got your back, someone who maybe has perspective, right? That you're able to talk to and is able to listen
Hmm.
and truly hear, but not that friend who's not willing to speak up and tell you what you need to hear,
Right.
right? And so we're back to someone that you can trust to be able to be there for you for good times and in bad, if you will,
Yep.
right?
Okay. So this is a very interesting topic because I have my own set of thoughts on, on friends at work. And I know that, there's are different schools of thought. So let's talk about it in a context I'm very interested in. So how do you see it but the Better Culture team, how do you see it in terms of like different reporting relationships, peer to peer, peer to manager, manager to direct report, all that good stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
I
probably
love to say all that good stuff for some reason.
one of the biggest challenges is in an organization where someone moves into a position of authority and
Yes.
that friendship has been there, right? And
Hmm.
and I was just working with a client yesterday, honestly, about the same kind of challenge. And there's where the strength of the relationship and the strength of the friendship has to come in play with a lot of transparency and a lot of honesty.
Yep.
Um, so so in this example that I was talking with a client with yesterday, the friend in the lower position was kind of sucking the friend who'd been moved into a position of authority into a lot of different drama, we'll
Mm.
say, right? And so the conversation that needs to be had with that individual is, if you're truly friends, you're not doing anything to benefit that individual by not allowing them to grow,
Right.
right? Now, typically the challenge ends up being the other way around, is now I'm in the position of authority and I have a friend at work. How do I treat that friend fairly,
Hmm.
right? And we're back to open and honest conversation around how the work dynamic has changed. But the work relationship doesn't necessarily have to change from a trust standpoint,
Right.
from a skill standpoint, from the mission and the objective of what we're trying to accomplish. Right.
Hmm.
I think but personally, this is Kevin Hensel's opinion,
Hmm.
where the lines get blurred is when that work relationship and friendship starts being overpowered a little bit by that friendship being removed from the workplace.
Mm.
Right.
Hmm.
I have an awful lot and have had an awful lot of very dear friends that were work friends, and I never socialized with them.
Sure.
Thoroughly enjoyed every minute of working with them, collaboratively. Right, again, maybe a little bit of conflict here and there,
Hmm.
but able to communicate effectively because we learned about each other. Right,
Yes.
true friends spend the time getting to know one another,
Mhm.
understanding perspectives, understanding goals. If you take those same concepts from a personal friendship and apply them to a work friendship,
Mhm.
right? What a beautiful environment that you get to end up working in.
Very true.
Yeah.
Right, where there's this acronym, I'm drawing a blank on it right now, but it's about, team dynamics and, like, the evolution of a team.
Mhm.
It's not an acronym, but it's like form, storm, norm, perform,
Right.
adjourn, right? And so at that performing level, you're like being excellent and I excellent together. But I think part of it has to do with developing deep, trusted, not deep, but let's just say like trusted relationships where there's real transparency and you're comfortable. Like that psychological safety comes into play
Right.
where you're just like, wow, you know what? I can share my ideas openly without
Grudges,
exactly.
consequence, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. I was like
Yeah.
struggling for words there,
No,
but
and well, it's
yes.
so true, and I love the saying. I think it was Abraham Lincoln. I probably should have looked this up before I came to chat with you, right? But so often, to your reference of the forming and storming and norming,
Yeah.
right? So you form and you come together, right? Whether it's a brand new team, whether it's someone new to the team. Well, now they're forming, but your whole team is storming because there's a new variable, a new
Yes.
dynamic there, a new personality, and so it's being open-minded enough and proactive enough to say, I need to get to know that person,
Hmm.
rather than maybe going off our first judgments. So the quote that again I think attributed to Abraham Lincoln, um, is especially when someone doesn't necessarily sit well with you, right? Is, I don't like that man very well. I need to get to know him better,
Yep.
right? And I've had that experience where I've thought maybe, I've had a rub with someone. The more I've gotten to know them, the more I have thoroughly enjoyed them and enjoyed their varying perspectives.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, it's interesting because I do know that some people, let's say myself specifically, I love to like maintain a little bit of a barrier between my work relationships and my personal relationships, and not to have too much overlap. I just love
Mhm.
to keep things simple and peaceful that way. But I do understand that there's some value in having friendship like type of relationships at work.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
and
and I
oh, go
like that
ahead.
description,
Hmm.
friendship like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think so many people go to then, oh well, we're going out for drinks after work and we're vacationing together,
Mhm.
and while some people may be able to handle that, really what we're focused on is you spend so much time in this work environment. What can you do to be a friend and engage in work friendships?
Mhm.
So you've got that opportunity to be open and honest and transparent and communicate and forgive, right?
Yep.
And just truly enjoy what you're doing, where you're doing it, and who you're doing it with.
This is so powerful. So the thing that I love about this is that selfishly, I'm getting so much out of these conversations. Um, but what I really appreciate about this topic is it's very timely for me as I'm trying to navigate how to be a very good associate or like colleague, if you will.
Mm,
Which is it goes beyond like, did I get the task done that I said I was going to do, but just like, is it enjoyable working with me? And if it isn't, how do I improve that? But also like maintain the boundaries that are important for me to maintain.
yes.
But I think this concept of friendship like makes so much sense to me because it's not like go full blown friends with everyone because that's not appropriate,
Right, right.
right? But it does make sense to say we should create environments or do our best to create environments where people feel comfortable bringing opinions, ideas, conflict to the table.
Hmm.
And we can all like hear it out, listen, and move forward and not hold grudges. I think
Right.
that makes so much sense.
And the relationship is established enough and strong enough that we sincerely care about each other,
Hmm.
right? So I always say feedback is our friend, and if you're not getting feedback, you need to be asking for
Yeah.
it. But I'm a strong believer that one of the most disrespectful things you can do is see someone you care about failing and not giving them the information they need
Yep.
to be successful, right? And I expect my friends to do that for me.
Mhm. Very good. Well, thanks again. Great
Absolutely.
topic.
Super. Wonderful conversation. Thanks for challenging me a little
Thank you.
bit.